Hey everybody, so today I thought that I would talk about transitioning, and hopefully this video will reach 1 or maybe 1,000 or however many trans women or people questioning whether they want to transition or not. Hopefully this video gives you a nice guide of what to expect, both good and bad. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start off with is cons. Okay, whenever you first come out, you will receive a strong response, whether positive or negative, from your family, and you have to prepare for it to be an emotional, crazy moment. It most of the time, like 90% of the time, it doesn't just go like, oh yeah. I mean, it went like that for me. My mom was just like, oh, okay, you're my daughter now. But it's not gonna go like that for most people, and you may want to be mindful of how you put it to your family, because if you are just so blatant, I felt like I was always a woman on the inside, don't come at them aggressively. Be sensitive and be like, listen, this is something that I've thought over for a long time, and yeah. The second biggest con is definitely getting clocked. When you first transition, like with me when I was about 14, I remember when I first came out, and I had very specifically felt like I was on cloud nine. I was like, nobody's gonna clock me. People confused me for a girl even back when I was a boy, and that was not the case. Usually, honest to God, I actually went a full year in transition without getting clocked or anybody being able to tell. But what happened was I wasn't able to take puberty blockers or hormone blockers, or I wasn't able to take hormones then. I only started hormones at 16. And stronger features did start to develop on me, which they've clearly softened up a whole bunch now, but they had developed, and when I would go outside, I would get that occasional very nasty, very rude, it's a man, and nothing can actually really shut down your self-esteem and hurt you and make you feel bad and down about yourself and want to cry worse than that. So you're gonna have to mentally prepare for situations like my video from 2 days ago to occur. My best advice on that would be don't react strongly. Don't be like, fuck you, bitch, I'm a woman. Like, don't do that, because it's just going to make you look stupid. And they're probably going to whip out their phones and then make you a freak show on social media. So you need to be prepared for heaps and heaps and heaps of verbal abuse, just because of you are who you are, which is not right, and it's not something that anybody should have to tolerate, but it's something that you will have to tolerate. Third biggest con I would have to say is down low dudes. We all know the struggle. Every single trans woman knows that there are always those very specific guys who come across, who are, I guess you can say, regular types, just regular dudes. Usually this happens more in the ghetto, but like, let's be serious, most of us are living in the ghetto, but not me anymore because of what I do. You shouldn't subject yourself to a down low dude, no matter how tempting it is, because those guys are never going to claim you, they're never going to love you, and they are never going to, I mean, they may love you, but they're never going to claim it. I mean, if you were getting your ass whooped on the street, they wouldn't jump in to defend you. So that's a big con. You can find a man who is looking to date a trans woman and is a good man. That's why I'm married right now, because the man that I'm with was looking specifically for a trans woman. You can find men like that, but sometimes they may want you to keep your penis, or just be upfront. Don't lie, don't be like, I'm a female, don't lie about it. And some men will date you anyways. I had a friend who turned out to be really a fake bitch, but she had her boyfriend openly dates her, and he is straight. He likes vagina, and he just doesn't give a fuck. You can meet men like that, but any dude who says, "Don't tell nobody. I don't want to introduce you to my family. Let's keep this between me and you." Any guy who says that is not something that you should subject yourself to. Biggest con number. What number was I on? You know, babe. I think like 4. Okay, fuck it. Biggest con number 4. Yeah, it was 4. You are going to have to earn passability. It's not something that is just given to you. Boobs. It's not. Even if you're naturally feminine looking, there are going to be, no matter how far deep you go into your transition, you are going to be getting clocked by somebody. I mean, there's people out there who have an eye for it. They have a sharp eye for this kind of stuff, and usually they will make a clown out of you for it. Even if there's really nothing to clown on, even if you're beautiful, you look like a woman, and all of that stuff, there's still going to be those people who are very specifically still going to treat you like shit, like a clown, just because you are. And that's not something that you need to focus on. You have to really numb yourself mentally and teach yourself not to give a fuck when you're trans, because no matter how far down in the line you go, how big your boobs get, how pretty you get, these people are always going to clock you. These people are always going to be like, Any tranny who tells you, oh, this doesn't happen to me anymore, and you believe it because they're very feminine. No, it still happens. It's just like less common, but now that the trans issue is becoming bigger, it may be harder for you to pass just because of the time. Because now people are becoming extremely sensitized into it. I mean, we've got females out here having people assume that they're trannies because people are reading really deep into it now, even the average person. So it's becoming a little harder for trans women to pass up and down the street. So that's something that's never going to go away. It's a constant mental battle. You have to constantly mentally battle yourself. All right, now we'll get into the pros. Okay, big pro. You will be, whenever you get a man, or if you're a trans lesbian, a woman, you will be treated as a woman. You will have people around you referring to you as she, referring to you as her, and there are going to be some people who are really going to genuinely perceive you as a female, as a woman, no different from the next chick, no different from the next female. Of course, I guess the biggest pro so much is also seeing yourself, looking in the mirror and being happy and being like, I'm a woman. I'm who I am now. This is who I was always supposed to be. There is nothing that is worth living in a lie. I'm sorry, nothing. No torture, no bullshit, no hate. It's not worth living a lie. If this isn't who you are, and you know for a fact that you are who you are, then you should do it, hands down. But be very cautious of the repercussions that happen when you do. No pain, no gain, right? Second biggest pro is you get to be pretty. You get to, like, you get all this, as more so as a boy. I know you feel disgusting in the gender that you are before. And the same for F to M's, female to males that want to become men. You get to eventually, custom make how you look. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Because you get to, people don't judge you for getting cosmetic surgery when you're trans because they know what you're here to do. And the people that'll hang around you will more likely be a lot more open-minded and cool and respectful. So even if you go and get surgeries or do whatever, these people are going to respect you anyways. And you'd be surprised what amazing praise you can get just from being trans. People are like, I applaud you for being yourself, despite what kind of an ugly society we live in. I get that praise all the time, from my elders, from all different kinds of people. And, you get compliments and people get to tell you how beautiful you're. Like, you look beautiful, like you've changed a lot or whatever. And the praise can be amazing, and you know that you're fighting for a cause just by being yourself. And that right there is a beautiful thing, and you should never, ever, ever let that go. My biggest advice for transitioning is ultimately it's definitely worth it. I really don't think that anything, any cruelty, any nastiness is worth detransitioning. I know that there's a lot of girls that go through detransitioning. They turn back into a man because they just can't handle the abuse anymore. And that is something that you have to toughen out. That's the worst part of transition. You have got to toughen up. Transitioning is not for a wimp. Transitioning is not for a sissy. Transitioning is not for a weakling. There are people who want to whoop your ass, people who want to kill you. There are people who you are constantly getting condemned by these Christians, who are the biggest hypocrites in the world. You know, do everything it says not to do in the Bible, but then want to judge you for being a tranny just because they're hateful. You are going to have people nitpicking you up and down. You're going to have people looking for signs of your former sex or listening really close into your voice to decide, like, do they hear the man screaming in there? Like, you are going to have to deal with people scanning you pretty much. I mean, we have a lot more pressure on us than normal females do to look beautiful and to look feminine. Because if we don't, then people are going to mock us, abuse us, treat us badly. And this is something that you have to avoid. And please avoid treating your other trans sisters badly. We have a lot of cattiness in our community. I put up with it myself from other transsexuals. And I'm like, why be so catty? You know, there's only so much of us. We have so much violence and so much hatred just outside of our community. I mean, when you think about it, just going up and down the street, we have to suffer abuse from random people. It's like being black in the 60s. It's very, very, very hard. And people will try to convince you that you're mentally ill. People will do all kinds of horrible things to you, but it's worth it. It's worth being yourself, and your best friends are going to be your trans sisters. Because honestly, I've had best friends that are females, and it doesn't work out as well as when you're best friends with another transsexual, because another transsexual understands you. My best friend, his name is Kimberly, and she's another trans woman, and we have a beautiful friendship. We understand each other so deeply. We know how to make each other laugh, and we deeply understand one another, so we empathize when one is going through a struggle. Females don't really understand you that well. I'm just going to keep it honest. Another female will not understand you that well. But they are good for sticking up for you. They'll be like, hey, you shouldn't be fucking doing that. Like when somebody does something to you that's awful, which is something that will happen. I'm sorry, it's inevitable. Somebody's going to do something awful at some point. Somebody's going to be nasty to you. It's just going to happen. I'm sorry. And sometimes they can be very good for sticking up for you. And people aren't like, oh, that's just another tranny, you know. People are more inclined to listen to females. So it's good to have a diverse group of friends. And just because you're trans does not mean that you can't be normal. You know what I mean? You don't have to be the weird oogie boogie doogie like tranny, like what people think that we are, like people like real clowny and weird and only hangs around other LGBT weirdos. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. You can be totally normal. All of my friends have been very normal people. Like, I go to parties. I've done everything. I've been to parties. I get invited to shit. I go out places. I'm a normal person. I'm not just somebody that just kind of stays in my little gay community or whatever. I'm not like that, and you don't have to be like that either. You can have normal friends, a normal life. Just look at Gigi Gorgeous. She's a YouTuber who doesn't make her whole life revolving. Your whole life does not have to revolve around you being a transgender, and she's a perfect example of that. Her whole channel is not about her being trans. Her channel is just her living her life, and she hangs out with regular people that regular people hang out with. You can see that she just goes to clubs and enjoys her time with regular clubs, not gay clubs, with regular chicks, you know. Got all the likes on Instagram. She's a normal person. You don't have to be a weirdo or whatever just because you're trans. And anybody who thinks of you that way is extremely misinformed. So, yeah, I mean, and some people feel like we just have to get to know each other in our own community, which is good. You should go around and get to know other people in our community. I've had plenty of friends that have been lesbians or gay guys or whatever. And that's good to hang around because you can empathize with one another, but that doesn't, you can blend in as a normal woman. Don't ever feel like you have to subject yourself to anything just because you're trans. And when you start to transition, I hate to say this, but I am going to have to recommend being like in porn or camming or whatever, because honestly, you'll pay off your transition a hell of a lot quicker. Go through hormones, get breast implants, do all of that. I don't care what anybody tells you to do. People are going to tell you, don't get this surgery, don't do this. Oh, you're already feminine. Oh, you're da-da. No. Do it. You want to have the best female illusion possible. I'm sorry. People will try to convince you of all different types of bullshit. And then, frankly, the way that almost all of us are getting there, the ones who are like the baddest bitches are the girls who have done sex work. I don't know one tranny who has not done sex work. So I hate to say this, but I do recommend doing camming or doing work. And you have to remember that society already sees you fucked up. So you might as well just do it. That's just the way to get through it. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it'll take several years versus taking several months if you go into the sex industry. So yeah, and I'll do another video of pros and cons of working in this industry. I love you all. Mwah. I hope you take everything I said into consideration, and just, we got to try our best to love one another and be kind to one another. Okay, love you all. Bye.